Welcome to Dreams Don't Expire. I'm just Janae. I think Jim Carrey said this best. You can fail at what you don't want. So you may as well take a chance on doing what you love. Wow, how powerful is that? Because what most people miss about that sentence is not about success, it's about failure. You are going to face the risk of failure no matter what you pick. So the real question is, do you want to fail at something safe, or do you want to take your shot at something that's actually you? That's something that is your heart. So the lie is a safe bet. You took that steady job, that predictable one, the one that pays the bills and doesn't ask questions, and you told yourself it was the responsible choice. But is it truly safe, or is that the lie that comforts us? A job you tolerate can disappear on any Tuesday with no warning. I remember when me and my husband had our own business. We had a company that we went and cleaned parking lots for and took care of their properties. And we got a call from the lady who did all the accounts payable, accounts receivable, and from one of the managers. And they said, meet us down at the parking lot right now. We just came to work. There was a sign on the door saying they've closed their doors, but we have a check for you. They had already wrote out a check, and because they had struggled paying their bills in a timely manner because the company was going under, but the employees really just didn't know it. But every time I call and ask for money, I was very, very nice to the lady because it wasn't her fault. She's just paying accounts payable, accounts receivable. That's just her job. She doesn't get to decide how much money there is. And so she would always put some aside for us first, because she'd always say, you are so kind to me. And I go, it's not your fault. You're not the one doing this. You're just doing your job. Why would I yell at you? And so they had held a check aside for us and gave it to us and said, run right to the bank, which thank you to them. But they believed their company was solid. They just thought that payroll was running a little behind, like they weren't getting paid by the company, the businesses they were managing for 90 days out. So they thought it was just that. Had no idea the company was filing bankruptcy and going. So they just came to their doors shut, and they were blown away. They thought they were safe. Well, the economy shifts. The company sells like these guys did. They didn't sell, they went bankrupt. And the roll gets cut. You lose your safe thing and you have nothing to show for it, but years you'll never get back. So safe was never actually safe. It gives you a false sense of security. And I know that because I relied on that false sense of security most of my life. Here's the thing. Failure is guaranteed either way. So choose your failure. Here's the truth. And nobody wants to say this, but you are going to fail at things. That's not pessimism. That's just being alive. If you're going to try new things, you are going to fail regardless. Now, failure is not a horrible word. Fail is not that 4-letter word I used to believe it was. Fail means I get to learn. I get to grow. I get to see what things don't work so that I can then move to the things that do work. I don't have to question, maybe if I'd done this. Well, I already know because I tried it. It didn't work. So to me, failure is knowledge. But if I am going to fail, why not spend it on something that I love doing? Because at least when I fail at what I love, I'm learning and growing for me, and I'm becoming a closer version of the person I want to be. So when you fail at what you don't love, you're failing for somebody else's business. And while you may take and learn some things about it, And I needed those years of working for other people so that I could have that mentor, Chris, who taught me that failure was just a, what did you learn? So that I could come out and do this for me. So if you were staying in that job because that's where you're comfortable, that's what you like, that's fine, but learn from it. Learn as much as you can from it. But if it is what is stopping you from doing what you're loving, what you love and what you want and what you're passionate about, then my question to you is, if not now, when? I changed my entire life at 60. I took a drastic step that most people would call reckless, and I did it because I finally asked myself, if not now, when? And in all honesty, I probably would have stayed at that company for a longer time, but they were taking away my opportunity to grow. And for me, that puts me back into survival. So I'm like, I'm not going to stay here and not grow and just survive. So what am I staying for? Why don't I go and find how to do my passion in a way that is for me, not for somebody else? If you've been telling yourself someday when the kids are grown, someday when there's more money, someday when it feels less scary, well, that's not on the calendar. It never has been. I've looked for someday all over, and it's just not on any calendar I've seen. So you need to re-look and say today, or say, I need to have this in place, and here are my steps to making it. Like, you decide and make yourself a plan, because yes, I did it without a plan. I just dropped and went. I don't recommend that for most people. It's what I need, but that's not how most people work. I know I'm a little off the charts. Go make your plan and give yourself a deadline, and quit giving yourself excuses, because you're going to be afraid. That's what you're living off of now, is fear. That's why you're putting that someday off and off and off, and you're giving yourself vague timeline. Give yourself a very strategic, specific timeline. And when you see that fear, when you feel that fear, when you hear that fear, it's not a stop sign, because I want you to know that doing the thing you love, it won't feel 100% comfortable, because you got to get out of your comfort zone in order to hit your dreams. If your dreams were inside of your comfort zone, you'd already have them. And if you don't, which most of us don't, because if you're like me, I don't care where I'm at. As soon as I hit this dream, my dream just got bigger. And so I'm going to have to keep getting uncomfortable the rest of my life, or I'm going to stand still. And so as you get uncomfortable, guess what it brings with it? Fear. So get excited about getting uncomfortable. Start to lean into fear. Start to get excited about your hands shaking and your voice cracking, and the doubt that will scream at you, because it does. And know that this is not a sign that you are on the wrong path. It's the toll that you're paying for the right one. Fear shows up the loudest right before the thing that matters most. Listen to that again. Fear shows up the loudest right before the thing that matters most. You don't get to skip failure. You don't get to skip fear. You get to choose, though, what you're failing at. So stop pouring it into the thing that you would be relieved to be able to walk away from. Take the chance on what you love. So, what are you currently not taking the chance of? What are you currently staying at that you never even wanted? And what would it look like to fill out your dream instead? I'm telling you right now, that's where I'm at. Yeah, it's not gone exactly how I thought it would, which everybody keeps telling me that's how life works. But yes, I'm that person who wants it now. It doesn't work that way. It should, because that's how I want it to. So I've had to learn and grow more, which is hard. It's scary. It has leaned into every fear I have, and it has given me great growth and great joy, just like working did. When I worked for another company, there were days that I had great days and I had great growth and great learning. And there were days that were hard and frustrated. So doing my own thing doesn't mean all those automatically go away. But when you get to do it towards the thing that you love, your frustration is going to be that it didn't go fast enough or that you didn't get it right the first time. But you're still getting that much closer to your dreams, to your loves, than you were when you weren't taking the chance. So, get out there, believe in yourself, and choose you. It's so important. Choose you. Thank you for spending this time with me and for listening with an open heart and for choosing to invest in your growth today. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might need the reminder that their dreams still matter. Sometimes one conversation, one message, one moment of encouragement can change everything. And if you want to go deeper, my book, Rise, Believe, Become, was written for the in-between seasons, the moments when you know there's more for you, but you're still finding the courage to take the next step. You can find my book on Amazon, and remember, no matter what phase you're in, your dreams don't expire. Until next time, keep rising.